In the summer of 1983, a small town in Arizona called Deering Valley vanished, overnight. Not a single person remained. No buildings. No signs of struggle. It was as if the entire place had been erased from the earth. Maps were updated quietly. Government records were changed. And almost no one noticed. Almost. Deering Valley wasn't big. Maybe 300 people lived there. Mostly farmers, truckers, and old-timers who liked the dry heat. There was one gas station, a diner, and a post office. Life moved slow. Until one night in July when everything changed. That night, a blinding light streaked across the sky. It wasn't a meteor. At least, not one like people had ever seen before. It moved too slowly. Then it stopped. Right above the town. According to a now-deceased ham radio operator named Jack Milner, who lived 30 miles outside Deering Valley, his radio picked up frantic transmissions from the town's sheriff around 11:43 p.m. Jack claimed the sheriff's voice was shaking, saying, "It's hovering. It's not human. We need help. It's landing near the ridge." Then, silence. Jack tried to reach others on his frequency, but no one responded. He jumped into his truck and drove toward the town. When he reached the ridge, the last place the sheriff had mentioned, he saw something burning in the distance. But as he got closer, the flames went out in a sudden burst, like a switch had been flipped. All that remained was a black circle of scorched earth. Jack never found the town. The highway he had always taken into Deering Valley was blocked by military trucks the next morning. Soldiers in unmarked uniforms turned him away, telling him there had been a chemical spill. But Jack had lived in Arizona all his life. He knew the desert. He knew the people. And he knew there were no chemical plants anywhere near Deering Valley. 2 days later, he tried again. This time, there was no road. No highway. It was as if it had never been built. All that remained was desert sand and strange tire tracks leading out into nothing. Jack searched for hours. No buildings. No people. No signs of life. Even the wooden sign that once read "Welcome to Deering Valley" was gone. Like it had never existed. Still, Jack didn't let it go. He spent years trying to find anyone who remembered the town. Most locals just shrugged. A few older folks seemed uncomfortable when he asked. One man whispered, "I had a cousin who lived there. After the night of the light, we never heard from him again." When Jack asked if he filed a missing persons report, the man just shook his head. "The army told us not to." That's when Jack started collecting evidence. Over time, he found pieces. A 1983 phone book listing Deering Valley. An old road atlas showing the town clearly marked. A receipt from the Deering Diner dated July 14, 1983, the night before the crash. He even found an old TV news segment about a possible meteor event over southern Arizona. But after that, nothing. No follow-up. No investigation. Total silence. Then, in 1991, Jack received a letter. It had no return address. Inside was a single photograph and a note. The photo showed what looked like a triangular aircraft half buried in desert sand. It had markings Jack had never seen before, symbols that looked like circles inside of other circles. Standing beside the craft were men in radiation suits. Some had weapons. The note simply said, "This is what they took." That same year, Jack was diagnosed with an aggressive form of cancer. He became convinced he had been exposed to something during his visit to the crash site. Before he died, he gave his entire collection to a local journalist named Sarah Carter. She was young, skeptical, but curious. After Jack's funeral, she decided to follow the trail he had left behind. Sarah dug deeper than Jack ever could. She found a retired Air Force mechanic who claimed he was stationed at a secret base near the area in 1983. He said the night the object landed, several aircraft were scrambled. But when they reached the crash site, they were ordered to stand down. Whatever it wasn't from here, he told her. Our instruments went crazy. It jammed everything. Radio, radar, even the clocks. The mechanic also said that 3 soldiers disappeared after entering the craft. When others went in to look for them, they found nothing, just an empty chamber and a low humming sound that made them sick to their stomachs. Within 48 hours, the site was sealed. Not just fenced off, erased. Bulldozers leveled the land. Soil was removed and replaced. Satellite images were altered. The entire area was rewritten. But the most shocking thing Sarah found came from a source inside the U.S. Geological Survey. He showed her a satellite photo taken a week before the crash. In the image, Deering Valley was clearly visible: streets, buildings, even cars. The next photo, taken 5 days later, showed nothing but desert. No signs of demolition. No rubble. Just untouched sand. It didn't make sense. Towns don't just vanish. Sarah tried to go public. She sent her report to newspapers, TV stations, even a few government watchdogs. No one responded. Her emails were deleted. Her phone was tapped. Friends told her she was being followed. Then, she disappeared too. Her last known communication was a voicemail to her brother saying, "If anything happens to me, it's because of Deering Valley. Don't trust anyone in a uniform." Years later, her file surfaced on a hidden part of the internet, an encrypted archive filled with Jack's notes, Sarah's interviews, and dozens of declassified documents. One memo, dated August 3, 1983, was especially disturbing. It was marked top secret and addressed to officials at the Department of Defense. It read, "Operation Quiet Ground successful. Entity secured. Civilian exposure minimal. Recommend continued disinformation until public memory fades." Some believe the entity referred to a biological life form taken from the craft. Others think it was the craft itself, still functional and capable of some kind of cloaking or dimensional manipulation. But the strangest theory comes from a whistleblower who claimed the object didn't crash. It landed on purpose. And Deering Valley wasn't destroyed, it was taken. Shifted out of phase. Removed from this reality altogether. Whatever the truth is, one thing is clear: the people of Deering Valley are gone. No graves. No remains. No answers. Just a stretch of desert where a town used to be, and a history that someone is working very hard to erase. And if you ever find yourself driving through southern Arizona and notice your GPS glitching, or your radio cutting out, maybe, just maybe, you're closer to Deering Valley than you think.